Hey, what's going on, guys? Clone Commander here. Welcome back to another video. Here today we have episode 1 of building Onderon and Lego. So far, we've got a pretty good start on it. It's going to be a 6-foot table build, so it's about 9.5 to 10 gray base plates, somewhere in there. And got a pretty good start on it. This is about 3 weeks of progress that we're going to be going over, as well as we're going to be going over the plan that we've got for it. I'm not going to be doing this as a weekly series because I am now in college and I work and life's hectic. So I'm going to be just uploading as I have enough progress for a video. I'm as well going to be uploading some progress pictures on Instagram here and there. So if you want a little bit more like common and more periodic updates, you can go ahead and check out my Instagram. It's just Clone Commander, just like it is on here. But yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and get right on into the progress that I have and then into the full plan. Alright, so here we are with the beginnings of Onderon. So a little bit more of backstory of what I'm planning on doing with this. It is going to be based on the Clone Wars series arc of Onderon, the liberation of Onderon, where you first meet Steela and Saw Gerrera, where Ahsoka, Obi-Wan, and Anakin, as well as Rex, come and teach the freedom fighters of Onderon how to fight and kind of get them started on their path to liberating their planet of Onderon. So, plan on this area over here is we are going to be having the entire jungle and forest area with their first little base of operations over in that corner. Then the rest is going to be kind of just random forest. There isn't much that you see about the forest other than when they are fighting at that base, as well as when the heroes, Ahsoka, Anakin, and so on, show up on the planet and are traveling through the forest. A little bit later on, you see some of it with the last episode of the arc where they are fighting in the mountain region. I'm not going to be building too much of that. I might try to throw in a little bit of mountains. It's not going to be exactly that, but that's beside the point. I'm going to be having like the big rock pillars that are all over Onderon and some of the more like purple lavender trees scattered all throughout this area. So the jungle portion is going to be going up about to, I'd say, probably 2.25 gray base plates over. So it'll probably end up cutting off around here. And then we will be going ahead and moving on to the main road that comes across here, where then the bridge across to the city starts. Underneath that bridge is going to be a large drop and cliff into a river. And then right on the other side of the bridge, around probably this area here, we will have a massive wall, the massive wall that is the retaining wall for the city. And then as we come over into this area, I'm going to be having the beginning parts of the city. I'm not going to have too much of the city just because it's going to be very parts intensive, first of all. Second of all, I want it to be focused more on the specifics of the series rather than just an entire cityscape. So it might not be exactly location accurate of where everything is, but I want to have the main points such as the hideout that they have, some of their more primary attacks. In the back, I do want to have the palace with the prison on the side where the previous king was held. I'd like to have the power generators that they take out. And then one other major thing I'd like to have in there is the execution scene where they're about to execute the king and they end up saving him. So that's pretty much the plan. But let's go ahead and hop into what I have done already. So obviously I want to make this a little bit elevated so that I can have ups and downs in the terrain. So everything is basically a minimum of brick tall. Some areas drop down and then some areas are elevated. this is already the start to the main elevation where it'll be coming up probably 10, 15-ish bricks for the drop down into the river. And then it'll probably level out a little bit more towards the city just because I don't want to have to elevate that entire city. I am trying to make this as modular and movable as I can, as I'm planning to bring this to either Brickworld Chicago or Brick Fair Virginia next year. So I'm hoping to have this done by April, May-ish. Like I said, this is about 3 to 4 weeks worth of progress. No, it doesn't look like much, but again, I full-time student and have a lot going on, so I'm building as I can. So I am kind of experimenting with some techniques with rock work and whatnot. This is kind of just the first prototype. I am going ahead and trying to use some ski pieces. I have a bunch of them from parting out a bunch of the 501st battle packs, and I am trying to incorporate those into rock work just as a little bit of a interesting piece usage. It's also nice to have that little bit of a pinhole that I can incorporate some more of these olive green stems. And I'm really just trying to work on making it as smooth of a transition as I can, making the rock work kind of look integrated into the ground, not only sitting on top. This was one of the first rocks I did, and I think it looks fairly good. I used some different techniques on this far side. I have some sideways building techniques, some snot. There's the inside of this is a mess, that rock. But yeah, as you can see, the primary color scheme is going to be, for the jungle at least, dark tan and reddish brown. So the reason I'm doing the reddish brown is just to kind of limit the amount of dark tan I'm using. It was, when I first started building this section in here, it was a lot of dark tan, and I just felt like it needed something to kind of blend but also contrast and make it a little bit more not as monotone, I suppose. Over here, again, we're going to have the little jungle hideout that they have where the droids end up coming and attacking. It's not size accurate. Everything's going to be a little bit downsized, but I'm going to try to make it as accurate as possible just so that I can fit everything I want into this layout. Obviously, this is the largest mock that I have ever built and ever attempted to build. I planned this about 2 years ago, and I just realized that it was way out of reach back then. But now that I have a job, I have more sufficient funds to be able to do something like this. I want to try to tackle a very large project, and I think that we have a pretty good start on it. For 3 weeks, I think that this is a good beginning point, and it can kind of start to visualize what I want this jungle to look like. By the next episode, I'm hoping to have at least this brought all the way across, jungle filled out. Hopefully have a prototype for trees, and hopefully have a few of the big rock spires prototyped and figured out. But we'll have to see what I have done by then. Again, this isn't going to be a weekly series. I am going to try to make it semi-reasonable, like once a month or more common than that, but we'll have to see how it works out. But again, just gonna start to chip away at it. The landscaping is starting to look good. I'm liking using the wedge plates and just the different levels to it. It's definitely one of the most versatile parts usage that I've ever done, as well as elevation wise. It's a big different build technique for me. The closest thing I've ever done was in D-Day, having the entire city raised, but that was all just one level change. This is going to have quite a few different levels to be working with. And of course, I want to try to make it as realistic as possible, have it so that the AATs can move throughout the jungle reasonably, as in the show they get from the city gates to the jungle hideout in a fairly short amount of time. So I think that it would be good to have a fairly direct route, whether it be paths or destroyed trees or whatnot. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got done for today. I'm gonna go ahead and hop to the outro. All right, so there it is, guys. Episode 1 of Building Onderon Lego. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am for this mock. It's gonna be a long time in the making, but I think it's gonna be worth it in the end, and I am looking forward to displaying this at a convention. Hopefully, some of you guys will be able to come and see it. But yeah, if you guys did enjoy it, like would be appreciated, and subscribe. And if you guys do want to see more of this mock than what is posted onto these videos, make sure you check out my Instagram, COColonCommander, and I'll see you guys in the next video.